it's Howie. Hi. You should totally type in an animal so I can design a pirate after it. Right now, I'm making that flying character that you know his role, but doing some prototypes. Haven't drawn a bat before, and I don't think I have enough references. He has an ice type power. Gotta remember that. Okay, actually, yeah, that's what I should try doing him in that pose where he attacks Allie. We're not quite to that scene in the comic yet, but that's what he needs to be known for. Okay. Yeah, I need to look up another reference real quick. Bat flying. That is not how you spell flying. That's also not how you spell flying. And one thing I've noticed is my keyboard just delays really badly when I stream or just do anything with large processing power. Okay, there's a reference. It's a very bad reference. There's a reference. Where's a folded up wing though? I need folded. It's another guy though. Oh, bats are so cute. I love bats so much. Little sky puppies. Oh, there we go. That's a better view. Is that not the one I already have though? I guess it's just a little bit of a different angle. Rip on the yeah. Well, thanks for saying it looks good so far. Still don't know exactly how these fold. Yeah, but we will figure it out via imagination. Ooh, I just realized I can style these pretty cool. Ooh, hi Tori Knight, it's been a long time. I love the idea of a sloth. Oh my gosh, you are a genius. After I finish figuring out some preliminary designs for this guy, that is what I am working on next. But hey, Tori, since you're here, come up with an animal and I'll design a pirate bad guy based on it. This is what happens when you don't design characters ahead of time, which for EU, I designed most of the characters ahead of time, but the pirates, heck no. Okay. Bats don't have tails. Interesting. The weight of your brain is a burden. I don't think so, Howie. You have some very smart ideas. Oh, I haven't saved this yet. Pirate ideas. Okay, there we go. We want to save, especially because I don't know how my computer will handle a stream. How about I just do a direct reference real quick? That might help instead of trying to figure things out from imagination. Why not direct reference? Also probably would have helped if I figured out what kind of bat I wanted ahead of time, but oh well. Let's see. I'm giving him a larger head though, so go up like that. Kind of reminds me of Elia. Oh no. I don't mean to take your face, Allie. I also want to do big bat ears. He's probably like Archaeolin or something, because Archaeolins tend to have really big ears. The Archaic Order can be either Archaeolin or Mediterranean, Depends on where they grew up from. Man. Now I wish he's on the crew. Aw. Aw, man. He'll be a reoccurring character, though. You just won't see him for a while. Their arms are a bit weird. Like, what are these weird little arm things? They're like reverse of what you would expect for a human. And the little fingernail is up there. Or I guess that's the thumb. And then... Okay. I'm getting it now. You're such derpy little bodies. Okay, so how about we break him up like this? And then we'll get torso and then fuzzy part. Actually, wait. Let's try doing the whole thing real quick. His arm, beefy right here, little skeleton guys. Probably his beefy arm right there too. Head is puppy shaped. Their arms go up like that. You know, looking at this, I realize that dragons are definitely based on bat wings. Ooh, clouded leopard. Ah. Here we go. We make Brim a pirate. Because, let's see. Hers isn't a clouded leopard, but it's a, ocelot. Then a Honduran white bat might be a good fit for reference to big ears. Must look that up. Didn't even think about making him like white, but ooh, Honduran. That is not how you spell Honduran. Oh my gosh. White bat. Oh, whoa. It's like a unicorn. The babies are so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, that's a horrible reference. Oh, there we go. Why are they so cute? Oh my gosh. They're so cute. They're so cute. I need more references. Yes, yes, this was a great idea, Howie. They look like little mice, but cuter. You know, this fits the shape I'm going for a bit better, too, because I want something a bit stonkier. So cute! Ew, AI. Ew. Actually, this is an artistic rendering, but I'm gonna throw it in here because it's helpful. Oh, this is another render, so this will help. Gets the shape down pretty well. But seriously, where is like an actual adult version? No. It's a YouTube thumbnail. I wanted to copy that, but it won't let me. Ooh. We just have to make him not so cute. That's the catch. Because he's not supposed to be cute. He's supposed to be menacing. This will be a challenge. Ooh. Why are they so cute? Come on, why are they all babies though? Like babies and then a bunch of art, but not like actual adult drawings. Why? Okay, that's enough for now. No, they are very precious. Thank you for telling me about them. Caracal. And that. Okay. We will return to Mr. Batty Bat in a bit. First draft bat. I'm gonna move on to Howie's suggestion real quick. Yeah. Which was a sloth. Oh my gosh, so story time. I play Pokemon Go, and slacking was a community day. One time I was looking for shiny Poochyena, and I was hunting for it multiple hours a day because the nests respawn every week. And the thing, this slack off, pops up in the middle, and I don't mean to click on it. I click on it and it's shiny, and I'm just upset because here I am hunting for a shiny hyena, and I just get the sloth that I have way too many of. I eventually got Poochyena, but that was at a Go Fest, not while I was hunting it, so I have a thing against slack off now. In fact, I should put him here, the shiny version specifically, because I am petty. I forget that there's only really 3D models of this guy. Yeah, you. You thing. You thing. I hate you so much! Okay, and now back to looking for actual sloths. Oh, this is a pretty picture. I need to not think pretty though, because you know these guys are kind of bigoted, the pirates. But oh boy, what about a sloth bat? I'm looking at the way they cling to trees, and I'm thinking we could get a unique species out of this. Howie, I still remember when you got that shiny, I want to say it was a shiny Zigzagoon. It was either that or a Bidoof, but it's something I still don't have. I didn't know you loved bats so much, Howie. It makes sense, though. It checks out when I think about it. That I didn't know. Learned a new fact about you today. You're so cute. Okay, now to make him ugly. Okay. We should give him a square shape head instead of... Oh, you know what? This almost looks like an octagon. So, we're gonna give him that thing. And vampires. You know, yeah, Romania. That makes sense. Not surprised. Now he kind of looks like Mendeleev with the hair. Okay. You know, and the thing is, I'm like going way over the top with this because the Archaic Order actually should have pretty good human forms. But I also want to make them look kind of unhuman because, you know, they a bunch of bigots, so... I love lions too. Lions have always been one of my favorite animals, even when I was a dog person. I just didn't like house cats, and now I have 2 house cats. Man, even the sloth kind of crawls around like how bats have their arms going. So we should give him bat arms. And the beefy. Oh yeah, that's right. He should have like beefy arms and then like very tiny, like they funnel down like this, and then tiny, tiny hands. You know what? He should have like the sloth claws where bats have their thumb. Or I think it's a thumb. Unless it's like a really big pointer finger. Just dig through the dirt. And then like... Maybe it's not like a full-on bat wing, but like... I don't know, razor sharp something. Like maybe a modified thing in the archaic order. Which in that case, you know what, we're gonna undo this. We're gonna do the regular sloth arms, and then I'm gonna make it that way, like they have off his elbow like some sort of knife as a weapon or something. Yes, like that. And like strap it in there. Guy's deadly. You know, boom. I feel like this would be very dangerous, though. But screw logic if it looks cool. It is a fantasy world after all, and I still need to come up with species sheets for the arc species in particular. We only have Comaris, well, the Volmarau, and then the Alcacim with species sheets, but I need to update them. Now he kind of looks like a turtle. You know, it might help to like actually do studies first instead of trying to go in this headstrong. But, oh well. I don't do things as I should. As everyone probably knows. Kind of have these markings here could make good tattoo ideas. Okay. Up. Draft. Why not we try to get the sloth shape standing up. So, get a round head. Let's see. Yeah, let's give him a mohawk. The mohawk idea. Very round nose. Yeah, exactly. It's more fun just making the thing rather than doing studies, even though it'd make things better. You know what? Kind of has like a bit of a skull feeling right here. So we'll do this. And sloths, do they have like tiny ears, or are they just like little holes? But again, they should have like human looking forms. So should he have ear? You know what? It shouldn't be earmuffs, but there should be something that should be able to cover up his ears. I'll get back to it though. So let's give him a very short stature with beefy like the arms, but whatever these things are called. My brain is blanking out. Shoulders, yeah, that took way too long. Mm. Let's see. He should still have his claws, because they can shift their human form to have these mutations. And the elbow has weapon thing. I'm trying to think what would make it safe so you don't accidentally stab yourself with it. Probably have to be like straight on the elbow, like have to be like pointed outward too. Like that. Now his arms are a bit too big for the stature, but just a rough idea for what he needs to be. And a lot of them should like wear some sort of cloaking feature too, because they are involved in a cult and they probably do want to remain obscure. Tie it around his waist, some sort of thing that kind of looks like a martial arts person. Okay, concept 1 down. Oh, let's see what I can expand on it. I do like that head shape. I'm going to try for that again. It's kind of like Seraph with the mohawk there. Now, again, I'm trying to think of something that would cover his ears, but not with hair. Because I just feel like that would be a bit weird doing that if I'm going to give him a mohawk. Dun, dun. I wouldn't have like some sort of like headphone. Maybe I could do like a crystal thing, because they do use crystals. Like maybe crystals in the ear. Could like have it popping up like this. The mind's eye. Like they have like a crown thing and then crystals on the earpieces. Ooh, I like that. And this is what happens. I tend to like the characters who don't show up as frequently tend to have the best designs. Because this is already turning out to be very cool. But I do want to give him that beefy stature on the arm area. But I want it to like fade out almost immediately. Let's give him a twist right there. Oh yes, that is always how it goes, sadly. Like, one of my favorite designs so far is Perk. He's the innkeeper, and he's a supporting character, so he shows up like later, but I wish he was on the crew because I love his design so much. Have him check his earpiece or something. Like, I guess I should like use this time to also think a bit more on like the details of the archaic orders lore, because their whole thing is they think Kamaris did something to basically cause the world to be in a simulation, is the best way to describe their theory on things in simple terms. Like, they don't think the world they're in is real, which kind of motivates their actions. But it's a bit more complicated than that. But I really should think about like the details of how their belief systems operate. I did not do this twist well. You know, it might help to like reference poses, but I'm like, nope. We're just going to figure this out. I'll give him beefy thighs as well, and then also do the thing. This house we wing it. Yeah, that's basically my motto. Let's see. Gotta figure out how to, because this twist isn't correct. I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong with it. But, these are just concepts before I get too serious on the design thing. But I should focus on that earpiece real quick. Because do the side view. I want it to be like that on the ear. Should there be like some sort of connecting operation? Should they use other gemstones, or should they just use the aura crystals because they work with alchemy? Oh, this might be a good time to figure out the shape of the rest of his face, though. Okay, so his nose comes out right there. And we should give him a low mouth. That's where the jaw will be. Yeah, Yeah, I like it protruding up like that. Here we go. Once upon a time, I knew how to draw bodies, but it's just been a while. Let's see. Indeed, they are tough. Yep. I think I'm going to add these markings here. Because he has the crystals on, and if I'm going to make him Archaeolins have these glow-in-the-dark markings, but the Mediterranean, well, okay, so the Archaeolin refugees on Mediterranea, they lost their ability to basically have them glowing all the time, but they can come back when they resonate with the crystals in the caverns. But that's more of a defense mechanism they needed, since that was how they were hunted by the Mediterranean monarchy. Side profiles took me a while to get down. It helped with some other artists critiquing me to figure them out. But they aren't all that easy. The big thing that helped me out is this triangle shape. Well, let me get a different color. Is to know that they cone, the eyes cone, even though, like, when you're looking at them, they look a bit more circular. But when they're at a side profile, your eye just kind of turns into a cone shape here. Howie's always getting fed lore. Every single time I'm like, I feel like Howie knows the entire story, and I just realized I don't think I ever explained that to you about the bioluminescence. Both Kamarians and Archaeolins have bioluminescence. And there are survival-specific reasons for them. Okay. Let's try posing again. I think I got his face shape down, though. I really do need to just put all of that lore into a doc for you, Howie. That way you can actually be the lore keeper, like, literally. Okay, we need to give him tired eyes because he's a sloth. There we go. Final basic adjustment of who he is. Okay, his nose is definitely up a bit further. But then his mouth drops further below. Then we give him coverings of his ears. Crystal on his mind's eye. It's kind of like wearing a crown. Ooh, I should do something around his neck too. I think he should also have a crystal like right there. There we go. We can make him a wise sloth. Doesn't battle much. I like the sword things on his elbow though, but he's kind of giving me a different vibe now. Okay. Beefy guy. Ah! Get Okay, if that's tilted this way, I should tilt his hips this way. Beefy thighs. And then no. Thank you, Tori. Let's see. It's still better posing than I had before. Let's see. I think I should give him like a thinker position. Let's see. Should like hold something. Or, ooh, actually, yeah, in the claws. I'll figure out his outfit later. That seems like a solid design right there. And let's try to fix up this one, because I really liked how the top turned up. I also like these wider apart eyes right here. And give him bags under the eyes. Crystal. Crystal. Oh, his mind's eye should be more right there. Just appropriating Artixie's crystal. Though the Alcazim are a very spiritual species, so it would make sense that they would kind of look to them for like, maybe we could harness powers in the same way. Not really feeling the mohawk now, or at least not that big. He's a sloth. He should actually have a hairstyle that comes out more like this. Maybe he doesn't need those earrings after all. But I kind of like them. Or I could like recycle them for a different character. Oh, I think I know what went wrong with this twist. There we go. Okay. try that sword idea again. Not really sure it's going to work too well. But I do like it. Just think, there we go. That works. We should give him like baggy pants, but like they come down like this. Kind of like Los's pants in childhood. Nah. Doesn't really emphasize beefy quads. Because he's sloth. I think I definitely like the smaller mohawk on him. It fits the face a bit better. And still something off about the anatomy on that pose, but I can fix that as I try to tighten it up. Actually, let's try a different layer. See how clothing would work on him. And a little... Yeah, they should have gemstones on the front there. Yeah, let's make it a half cloak. I feel like that'd be more practical if you're in combat a bit more. It's funny, I see the comment that he could have a belt too, right as I'm drawing the belt. Let's see. Could see him having knee pads of sorts. Ooh, they could be like, they could have spikes on them. Indeed you are. It read my mind as I was doing it real time. Magical, like a lot of my characters. Should the tall socks, they wrap into a boot of sorts. Okay, I think that does that. So I'm gonna try finalizing the design with these concepts. Why am I struggling? Where? There it is. Let's see. Beautiful. Thank you, Howie. Okay. Let's get dark red for this. Hello there, Critters Corner. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I got off work earlier today and I really gotta design these pirates because I'm at a roadblock where they appear in literally the next couple of frames in the comic and I don't know what to do. So if you have an animal that you maybe want to see become a bigoted pirate, that'd be awesome. Gonna be nasty designs, and then here I am spending way too much time on these. Spending way more time than it took for me to design the Expedition Uncharted, like, main cast, honestly. Ooh, I love the idea of a Wolverine. That kind of fits with the sloth idea with the claws going on there. And then my other character that like I already had planned for myself was a bat. So I feel like claws might be the theme with the archaic order now. And then we can have the oh frick, the clouded leopard caracal concept, like retractable claws with cats. I think this might be the theme for my pirates. Oh, you know what I just realized? So the pirates use alchemy for their magic, since a majority of them aren't going to have been born before the, I mean, after the creator's spirit is poured out onto everyone. So I'm thinking that these crystals should, because, Artixie is representative of crystals, that there's probably something with Artixie's connection to the aether that allows them to enhance their alchemical properties. Um, but ooh, this got me thinking now. What if I give him a braid down the side? He's Archaean, so that would kind of work. But I also don't want to do a braided style that's used with Kamaris, because that would just be weird. Although maybe it would be fitting for them to steal Kamarian hairstyles. Maybe I should do more something Viking-esque, like Viking braids. You know what? I like that. We could give him Elsa hair. That would be so funny. I don't know. I'll come back to that concept. I don't want to get the rest of the anatomy corrected real quick. Sloth with beefy shoulders. I don't know why I keep forgetting the word for that. He should have like gloves too. Give him glovey gloves. Yes, they're called the Archaic Order. I'm not going to speak too much about them on stream since they are a bit of a spoiler for the comic. Howie would know. Howie would know why. Because to get into what they are kind of spoils an ongoing character arc that I don't want to spoil it for you. I kind of want you to go in blind if you plan on reading it. But yeah, they're called the Archaic Order. Oh, Howie, you should tell me where you want this guy's symbol. Hope you enjoy the comic. Neck again. I feel like that's like probably a very good place for it to be put since it'd be very difficult for someone to move or hide it. You know what I just realized is wrong with this pose? This arm needs to come out more. It needs to like be a bit more forward, but I don't want to because it's such a beautiful shoulder. Let's start with the hand. Yep, that is the problem, but it's supposed to be like far more inward, so he needs to point that elbow a bit down. I like the idea of the tattoo being on the top of the hand. I have thought about it for a couple characters, but I feel like neck would suit this guy. And I feel like that's a common one for the Archaic Order. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. What the heck? I should use a reference. I have a mirror. I have a very, very tiny mirror that pretty much only shows my face, but I might be able to figure out what's going on here. Oh yeah, that's not a large enough mirror at all. Okay. Okay, should be more. Oh, it's the frickin' pose itself. Okay. It's a weird angle to have his hand like that. But one sec. Let's copy you. Cut. Let's figure out what went wrong. Okay, something is still off, but I've spent long enough on this. I want to get to the other characters. Okay. Once again, for anyone watching and you need advice, don't be me. Use actual references when trying to pose humans. I don't know why I'm making this so difficult on myself. You should have like a low pants like that. And then because he has the knee pads, it's naturally going to go up like that. You know what? I should make his knee pads kind of fit the shape of his face. I should look up boots. Will I, though? No. But I think, like, boot buckle, like, right here would be really cool. It's kind of how Mizra used to have her boot, actually, but then I just decided, how about not? Now she no longer has a boot buckle. Ooh, we should put spikes here, too. Oh, now he looks like a jester. Ew. Maybe not. Yeah, that's fine, as is. He looks distinguished, yes. He's gonna be one of the guys up front, though, that messes around with a specific character in this scene, though, so he should kind of stand out. Howie, he could be you know whose former buddy, you know, the one he hated, you know? Or like one of them, like one of the main buddies before he got out of this cult. He's getting more important as I keep designing him. Well, thank you so much, Critters Corner. I'm glad you could find entertainment with my stuff. I am returning to YouTube, and Destination Unknown episode 2 will be coming out at some point. I will be live streaming that when I re-download the Adobe Cloud. But thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a really good day in whatever you might be doing in your life right now. I will get to that animal you suggested, the Wolverine, eventually. Just need to get through one other character first. Afterwards, and I can post it in the community post after I am done with them over the next week. Oh, I know who you are now. Yeah, you used to pop in the streams quite a bit. Yeah, that's the thing. I know a lot of people who I used to talk to rather frequently in the past, even if it was just on live stream. I had different nicknames for you all, but your channel names have all changed, and sometimes I know that, and then I'll keep referring to you by my former nicknames, and then And then people were like, could you please refer to me as so and so? So, like, what do you prefer to be called now? I think I referred to you as, like, Chow previously. Hmm. I like Kit. I'll call you Kit. And then if we get another Kit, it's just too bad. Okay. Let's try face number 2. Well, it's a new era, so who old people who were around, if they don't come back, their nickname can be taken. It's free reign. Did I give him eyebrows? I did not give him eyebrows. Do sloths even have, like, eyebrow things? They do not. Let's keep it no eyebrows for now. We'll figure this out later. Leave out the eyebrows. Okay. The co-creator on this character has spoken. No eyebrows. He'll be eyebrowless. His facial expressions will just be pure muscle. I will come back to the crystal earpiece because that is something I'm still going bleh on. But it'll come eventually. Probably off stream is when I'll figure out the whatever is needed for it. Okay, the straight on for this hairstyle is not coming as easily. Who is one of your favorite characters of all time, Howie? I'm very uncultured when it comes to media, so I might not know. But interesting fact, you like eyebrowless characters. I think I'll design the back of his head after I start designing the other characters. Yep, don't know of that guy. You'll have to send me a picture of him on Discord at some point. Though, I'm not on Discord right now, so it'll be a bit. Oh, right. I thought kind of wanted to give him a... Nah. Oh, you know what? His marking could go right on the center of his throat. I like that. I like that so much. Nice invisible. Yo, Howie, he got something going for like every chakra right now. Or chakra. Yeah, we can't see his beefy arm there, but oh well. You should think of a name for him. If you're the one who helped inspire this character, so therefore you can name him. Nameless is a part of his interesting backstory. He goes by like Dagger or something. Yeah, he doesn't have to have his thumb showing. I mean, that's kind of the lore, is characters don't really have names until the creator brings them to the forefront with a purpose. Like, Komogi existed for a very, very long time before he actually got his name, even though he's a very important character. At least for Expedition Uncharted story. Okay, yep, I gave him, like, very loose baggy clothes. Say this one for characters. You know, that is a huge mood. So is your comic posted anywhere, or is it more of a work in progress right now? I'd like to check out other people's comics. Oh, you know what? That should... this. Boom. Sweet. What's it called? I had a buffer at one point, and then I just kind of lost motivation because I like got a weird amount of engagement up front, and then everyone dropped off by like episode 6, and I just at that point I was like, why? I feel like it's one of those things where, because I had very low expectations, had the surge of viewers at first not happened, I don't think the burnout would have occurred. But it's very difficult to explain that to people because, you know, I'm grateful for the fans that flocked in right away, but at the same time, it completely changed my expectations, and yeah. Winding West, about grasshopper mouse. Ooh, that sounds interesting and very creative. Is it Otis or oh, Otis? I love that. I love that though, where my name is nobody, nobody, no, nobody, nobody. I am going to give him some sort of like flag thing. Like, yeah, there we go. And then he needs like a sword casing. I don't know how to draw these things. There we go. Audis. Okay, we're gonna go on to Tori's now. I think that, oh wait, I just need to, because I will forget if I don't draw it in. Oh, wait, I forgot a lot of his accessories. Why are these guys so accessory heavy? Ugh. But I know they have to be, so. Okay. Otis is done. Otis. Otis, I like that. Ooh, this. Should be his catchphrase. I'm writing it down. Ooh, this. Ah, frickin' loading screen. Stupid thing. Let me draw. Ooh, this. Could make so many memes out of that. Okay, on to clouded leopard caracal thing. Clouded leopard. So this character should be long, because clouded leopards are long. Long and spotty. And also for a clouded leopard, probably an Archaeolin as well. I don't know if Tori is still around, but any suggestions? Okay, clouded leopard and caracal. I love caracals. Oh, you know what? This looks like bull horns. I'm gonna do something with that. I can make it bull kitty. Kind of like, ooh, you know what? This would like fit for like a high ranking member in the Archaic Order. I like where this is going. I could let him keep his tail too. Luckily, because I have drawn both of these cats before, I think I can just go right into it. No! Don't please tell me I saved. oh, thank God it came back. Ah, my stream doesn't want to cooperate. I actually did get a new computer. I just haven't gotten set up for it yet. My parents got me a new desk for my birthday, but hopefully I'll be able to stream smoother because there's twice the amount of RAM as my old computer from 2018, because I'm still using that. Currently has. Part of the problem. Stop writing the file. I don't, but I want to draw. I don't want to write. They are. They're very pretty animals. I like when zoos have them as an option um, to look at because they're very pretty. Fortunately, they're always hiding. Have any suggestions you want for your character, Tori? Let's see. Obviously a rounder face, but can't be too round because it's the archaic order. They need to be menacing. Ooh, yeah. How about that? This sort of face shape to kind of match the caracal. And I really want to give them horns. I know those aren't horns, but I just like how they look like horns in the thing. Now he just looks like a demon. Okay, maybe that's not a good idea. Scratch that. But I think this might be the leader character, because I like the concept. Go in here. The protruding chin. A little. Ooh, you know what? We could like give him whiskers for facial hair. I don't know. Lips might be a bit over the top with how clouded this design looks like it's going to be in the face. Tigress vibes. Ooh, you know, I never thought about making this character a girl. But you know what? Howie knows who the, like, actual leader of the archaic order is. That might be fitting, you know, like an aggressive tomboy character. Also, we need gender representation, so let's add girls to the list of not so enlightened individuals in the empathy department. Do I want to go animal ears or do I want to go more human looking ears? You know what? I just really like how the caracal has, in that specific photo, the ears turned like that, and I think I'm going to do that. Woman, stay winning. I think we're going to... Yep. I like how this is looking, because it fits. But we could, like, have it so that the ears are normally like this. Just keeps them back. How do you feel about a unibrow, Tori? I can get rid of it if you hate it. Actually, do a hat. Like a hat that specifically goes around the ears. not sure how I'm liking that. But we can come back to it. Now it's just too witchy. We need like a leader's hat. We need something profound. Now he just looks like a clown. Yeah, we're gonna... let's not scratch the concept, because I could use it for something later. But... Pirate hat with a feather. Oh, might be onto something there. This pirate could steal one of Allie's feathers. Wear it as a trophy. Because, like, they're not going to be traditional looking pirates, because my story is like its own world. But you know what? It could have the symbol on the hat itself. We don't know where it is on their body. I think we're gonna do more of a slender figure for this one. But, you know, ooh, you know what I think? I think very fluffy scarf. Very, very fluffy scarf. I want to, like, draw a more fancy pose, but I should do something basic first. Like, I don't know, wearing gloves. My brain is blanking out again how to draw things. Okay. So... raise that arm up a bit. And we have like longer gloves. Longer gloves and have... once again, I really should look up a reference. I love how I'm looking up references for the animals and just not using it at all. And I'm like, do I look up a reference for the stuff that I'm struggling with human designs? Nope. Why would I do that? Oh, it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Big belt or something. And not give Mars design. Well, not give Mars design to someone who's supposed to be horrible. Long tail wrapped around her shoulder. Ooh. A long tail of someone. What if our Tixie got one of her tails ripped off? Oh, that would be horrible. But if there's anyone who would do that, that would be, you know who, Howie. But, ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I like that idea. Not for this character, but like maybe down the line. That would be interesting. Computer taking forever. Let's see. She's a girl, though. We could definitely give her a skirt. Okay. I'm glad she looks cool. Okay. I could model her somewhat after the big bad leader. I think we should keep the facial hair, though. She could be like Sheriff and, you know, have that condition where she just has a bit more testosterone running through her body, giving her the appearance, therefore making her pass as a man. You know what? The the skirt idea would work if I want to have her tail. Her tail could be like holding a sword. You know, I haven't seen Rango. I'm pretty sure that was one of the movies my parents wouldn't let me watch. You know what? A lizard. Lizard cat. Lizard cat. Although, would that work though? Because they don't like Kamaris. Okay. She definitely should have, like, you know, higher than knee boots. Mm. Okay, let's try that. And then we should get another design with her, maybe without the hat, to kind of just see where it would go. Because while I like this whole concept right here, I feel like the horn shape ears might not work, because if she's gonna be the leader, she should have a more human looking design. So, once again, I should look a reference up. Am I gonna do that? No. So how about we do like a pointed ear with the tuft? Or, yeah, actually, I like that. I think for now I'm going to leave the whiskers alone, and we're just going to focus on this so far. Unibrow. Unibrow, and then we could like do a spot like around it. I do like that. You know what? The Archaic Order being made up of mostly Archehalans would make sense. Should give her some fancy hair. Hair ideas for a kitty. Because I don't want this one to be bald. Should probably think more like How to Train Your Dragon with the Viking hairstyles. Where maybe it's a braid in the back. kind of action might make things easier. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. Up horizontal. I'm gonna start with this one to refine it a bit more before moving on. Let's look more at face of these two. The rounded nose, so I don't know, skeleton almost. Now she kind of looks a bit wolfish. Emphasize the cat. Maybe we'll just do a spot on one side. Yeah, I do think this face shape fits a bit better. Let's look at those ear shapes again. And I'll come back to her head of hair. Figure out this pose for a second. Tori, you should think of a name for this lovely lady. Oh no, I hate when I overeat too. Hopefully the pain won't last long. Yep, a good idea in the moment, and then consequences hit, and you're like, whoops. Okay, maybe I'll put this leg up. This is the leg that goes up. And I think actually her thighs are a bit smaller than that. And let's see. Oh, you know what? Thick heels. We'll do thick heels for her. Okay. I think I made that way too high of an angle. I like thick heels, but I drew the angle wrong. Her pelvis is like right here, which means that if I want that angle, it needs to shoot out like that. And then there we go. I like the idea of thick heels though. Once again, a reference would be very healthy for this, but am I doing that? No, I'm not. And then, like, watch, if I break down and get a reference, I just won't even use it. It's just not working. I'm not figuring out how to do this. I've drawn poses like this before. Okay, foot like this. Nope, that's too far of an angle. It needs to be facing outward. Outward facing foot. Outward facing foot. Minced. Something like that. It's at least better. Now let's get back to her hair real quick. Although I do like the bald. Just... What about a rat's tail? We could give her a rat's tail. Then make it braided too. Like it's very long to represent how long she's been around. Okay, we'll figure that out at a later date. Now to get the head shape over here. Oh yes, they evolve with refinement and then other ideas that pop into my head. And they're like, I'm spending way longer on these than I am for most of my characters, sadly. I don't know, I think the characters, because they're in my head more frequently, that when it comes to one-off characters, I have to think a bit more about them because they don't occupy my brain as much. Writing to file. Doo boo 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 boo. I just realized you can't see the fact that it's loading on the stream. Oh, that sucks. I'm actually gonna take a moment to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now, and it's done loading, which helps. These guys are only around for a small part of these chapters, so it's like you have to draw them. Yeah. Yeah, except they do appear again. If I didn't tell you that they appear again, Howie, I'm actually going to be disappointed in the fact how I explained my lore to you. And it tells me we're going to have another lore session sometime over call. Okay. I like the long hat idea, though. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have explained it to you. It wouldn't make sense for me not to. Not all of them will show up again, but they do have a role. I feel like it was mostly said over call, though, because most of the lore I dropped to you was over call. I feel like I can't post these characters publicly now that I think about it. I have to remove the symbol. Howie, you are not dumb. I am amazed how much of my lore you are able to internalize, because I'll be like, have I explained this concept to you? And then you'll, like, repeat it, but then, like, go even further with what it does. I'm like, huh, you've internalized it well. Though, to be fair, that these guys popping up again is more of one of those minute details that I'm not as passionate about as I am about, like, I don't know, the universe itself. What if she has, like, tags hanging down from her act, like different spells? DU lore is better than having to deal with the lore that is real life right now. So, valid. I might come up with a different idea instead of spell tags for this in the future. But, like, I don't know, the idea of, like, important alchemy recipes or something, like, dangling down in plain sight in front of, you know, the rest of the underlings kind of sounds like something a cult leader would do. Well, I wouldn't want you to have the IRS come after you. That was probably my favorite Halloween username someone did was the IRS. Because it was the scariest thing they could think of. She should have fancy shoulder pads. Vampire vibes, maybe? Yeah, the IRS is pretty scary. I forgot what I made my Halloween username one year. It was something similar to that, though. Oh, I just can't think of what it was. I know it wasn't the FBI or the CIA, but it was some other government entity that I made my Halloween name after. I just can't think of it now. Okay, now I have to actually figure this out. I wish I didn't have so much clutter around my desk. Okay, let's see. Jeez. Like this, so. Boom. Boom. Oh, this is not working out too well. But I think if I do a second pass, it'll come out better. Actually, I should try it again. Mongo! How are you? It's been a while. I'm a bit weirded out by this in the mirror. Like, I'm questioning how hand is supposed to be doing this thing. But it looks like this in the mirror, and it confuses me based on the angle. Oh boy, we can try that for now. Yeah, you see what I mean though, why I'm a bit confused by the angle? Because I think that that it should be more. Yeah, I think I'm just not doing it correctly. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it has been. I don't think I've streamed since 2020 because I physically couldn't for 2 years, and then when I moved out, it was like everything just happened at once. And like I thought I was going to get right back into streaming, and it just never happened. Lost all my motivation. Ah, I'm on the wrong layer. I am spending way too much time trying to perfect this hand pose. But it will be done. Okay. Let me actually get into precision, and then I'll figure out what's going on. Okay. That's the problem. I'm just not turned correctly because I keep trying to turn back over to draw to look in the mirror. And it's messing me up. That makes more sense. Then we also have these underneath. And there we go. It's still very rough, but that makes far more sense. Yeah, hats off. Hands are a pain. dun, 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 dun. I feel like she should have like a lock belt on the wrist or something, but oh well. I'll figure it out. Okay. Time to figure this out. Ah, I'm on the wrong layer again. I think a lot of people did. The pandemic was an unprecedented time for everyone. Uh, and I'm just happy to finally be moved out of my parents' place because I was going insane. But at the same time, I wish I was able to, for my mental health, to stick out a bit longer because then I'd be in a better position financially. But can't have everything. Okay. Every time I think I got this figured out, and then I just decide we're gonna take even longer. Tori's character will be well loved. Which reminds me, Mangu, if you want to come up with an animal, I will piratify it. Where it's gonna be like more human form, but I'm coming. I need ideas because this person's actually going to be the leader, so I need another character for the next scene. Oh, and it's still not looking right. How does one hand? Ah, once upon a time I knew how to do this. What? Woo! Celebration for getting the move on. That's awesome. Is it like the first big move or just a big move? My computer is loading again. There we go. Okay. Why is this so difficult? The absolute first big achievement right there. I was riding Cloud 9 when I moved out. In fact, that's like the only thing I would talk about for months was just, I bought my own place. I bought my own place. It's the coolest thing I'll ever do. Which, you know, is like normal human stuff. But, you know, I never expected to do normal human stuff as a weird person that I am. So it's a victory that I will. Okay, yep, I'm changing this hand up again because I get new ideas. Okay. You know, it might help if I brought the mirror closer to me, but I am too lazy because there's a whole bunch of pop bottles that are just sitting on my desk and I don't want to move them because it'd be a hassle. That was a horrible fun. Yes, I make these noises all the time when I draw. I don't have to have anyone listening to be weird. This looks even worse. I hate my life. I can't draw this stupid hand. Oh my gosh. Pirate Aardvark. Oh, There's an aardvark in the park. They say he's missing from the zoo. That's me, folks. The police are searching high and low, but they don't got a single clue. Have you? Peekaboo! I forget how the rest of it goes. It was a camp song. Oh, wait, it's like, so, because he finds a mate, and then it's like, so, if you see two aardvarks walking in the park, don't upset their apple cart. Why not? Do not be a spy! You're not the FBI! You can never break an aardvark's heart! Oh, I hate that I remember that. They, like, never sang that one, either. I think a lot of kids just didn't know it. I know a bunch of camp songs. When Winter was visiting sometime, I think it was 2 years ago, we got caught out in the rain when we were walking back from lunch because I'm the weirdo that will walk 2 miles into town and not process that 2 miles is kind of a long distance. Yeah, she, as if she wasn't already mad at me, I just started singing all the verses to Rare Bog on the way back. I'm like, Rare Bog, Rattling Bog, way down in the valley, yo. Oh, man. Oh, my, no, no, it's doing, no. Yeah, does it show that on screen that it's not? Yep, it's not showing it on stream. Wait for program to respond, because I don't know when I last saved. If I have to do that hand again, I'm going to cry. Okay, good. It responded. I am saving instantly. Ah, now my tablet is messed up. Yeah, I know a bunch of camp songs still, sadly. Even like one that I only heard once at a YMCA sleepover, and it was then banned because it had suicide and smoking and being happy over the death of it is a very dark song. It was called Plukka Plukka, and I still remember all the verses if you guys want to hear it. Oh, I guess it wasn't suicide. It was like he dies by accident, but like in a justified way. I memorize songs really easily, and in fact, I write songs myself, so my brain is very musically minded, and my program just won't respond. Actually, I'll sing Plukka Plukka. It's a fun song, and no one knows it anymore. Plukka Plukka, Plukka Plukka, pluck pluck pluck. She sat on her porch and played her guitar, played her guitar, played her guitar. She sat on the porch and played her guitar, played her guitar. Plukka plukka, plukka plukka, pluck pluck pluck. He sat down beside her and smoked his cigar, smoked his cigar, smoked his cigar. He sat down beside her and smoked his cigar, smoked his cigar. Plukka plukka, plukka plukka, pluck pluck pluck. He said that he loved her, but that was a lie. That was a lie. That was a lie. He said that he loved her, but that was a lie. That was a lie. Plukka plukka, plukka plukka, pluck pluck pluck. They were to get married, but somehow she died. Somehow she died. Somehow she died. They were to get married, but somehow she died. Somehow she died. Plucka 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 pluck pluck pluck. He went to her funeral, but just for the ride. Just for the ride. Just for the ride. He went to her funeral, but just for the ride. Just for her ride. Plucka 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 pluck pluck pluck. He sat on her tombstone and splish splash he died. Splish splash he died. Splish splash he died. He sat on her tombstone and splish splash he died. Splish splash he died. Plucka 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 pluck pluck pluck. She went up to heaven and flittered and flied. Flittered and flied. Flittered and flied. She went up to heaven and flittered and flied. Flittered and flied. Plucka 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 pluck pluck pluck. He went down to somewhere and sizzled and fried. Sizzled and fried. Sizzled and fried. He went down to somewhere and sizzled and fried. Sizzled and fried. Plucka 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 pluck pluck pluck. The moral of this story is never tell lies. Never tell lies. Never tell lies. The moral of this story is never tell lies. Never tell lies. Yeah, it is. You can see why it was banned. It was the first song I ever learned when I was like in 3rd grade for a camp out thing. And it was like instantly banned. Then there's another one that I can't really remember the name because I never fully learned it myself, but campers talked about it. But there was a line where the character jumps into the sewer, and it's like, he jumped into the sewer, they called it suicide. Like, but I don't remember what that was about at all because it was banned by the time I started going to camp. Oh, I just realized I forgot her tail. With this right here. I will refine this probably tomorrow. I want to get to the other characters. Actually, her... There we go. Hi, Winter! We've been blessed as well by your presence. And thank you. Also, leave an animal so I can add it to my catalog. And Tori, you need to name your leopard girl. You don't have to, but I may not come up with the nicest names. So, option is there until she gets vitalized. I'll name Tori's for now. Okay, next character was a Wolverine that Kit suggested. So I know. And screen's loading again, which means it's perfect opportunity to look for photos of Wolverines. University of Michigan's mascot is the Wolverine. That's the only reason I know what Wolverines are. They're like little bears. Oh, they're so cute. I didn't know they were little bears. They're so cute. Maned wolf and blue. Not sure what adjective. Okay. Why are they friend-shaped? Yes, exactly, Howie. Why are they friend-shaped if they not meant to be pet? So cute. Which means, obviously, this is going to be a round character. Probably be a lot like the pirate character I had in the episode already. Actually, I'll bring that up real quick. I'll bring up the character that I already have. But that's a design that's probably going to be replaced with whatever I design right here. I'm pretty sure it's page 3. They're immune to poisons, which means I should make this character specialize in poison. Clearly. Yeah, probably shaped like this character right here. In fact, I think I'll base the design off this. Wrong one. Actually, while I'm here, Howie already saw these, but these are the storyboards so far for 24. How we read my storyboards is we start up at the... Am I rotated? Well, we start up here. And we read down. Then we go back up here to see what the next frames is. This is to see how it, like, scrolls in a, like, I don't know, more holistic format. This one is something that I may not remember, with Ellie having a smear frame and then, like, a second frame underneath. This is also not planned dialogue, so it's all improv, like, yeah, Cynthia, not Cynthia, that's not Cynthia, that's Xathia. Xathia's like, Elijah. And she's like, shh.
There's a group over there. You keep going forward, they'll spot you.
Looks. Decides to go anyway.
You can't be serious, Oxapia.
Transformation. First one we actually see aside from Akyun's siblings.
Stop right there, Oxapia. We have a plan. Do you not trust me?
And that's where I stopped, because the characters need to be designed within the next few frames. A pirate who cannot get drunk. Oh boy. Okay, bow and arrow. I've already decided. Bow and arrow for this. Also not going to be human looking. Can be Aphliana's arc species archetype where they already stand up. Okay, I gave... Okay. Okay, but we can protrude it out more than I had for that character. So full of rage, and yet here I am with a... They don't look... They'll just be like the innocent, and then you see their claws and be like, oh, die. Let's see. I don't think no neck. No neck and... Cousins to weasels, interesting. Did I? Yeah, you know what? We're going to do very square. Pause. Their claws are retractable, right? Now that I've figured out that this is definitely an Athleana archetype, easier to draw the pose. Thank you so much for coming, Mangu. Have a great day. Semi-retractable, okay. A little tail, the tail. Oh, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. I think we're going to change this to a vest design. Oh, right, because they should all be having, like, that cloak instead, because they all should have a cloak that resembles the same thing. They could all have, like, a different colored gemstone to, like, represent their rank. Also, Kit, where do you want the symbol at? I feel like you may have been the one that said hand. I feel like a sandal that protects the toes would work here. Yeah, okay. I'll put it on the hand. Okay. I'm liking this design so far. Yeah. We can have them be like the angel of the group, but they're secretly the most dangerous character. And it's loading again. But while I'm looking at the Wolverine's side profile, it looks kind of doggish. Boom, 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 ba da ba da. There we go. Try to do the side profile, which is what I meant to do for all the characters. Oh, right. Ear is... Oh, wait, no, I think it's this ear that is bitten out of. Most puppy war beast. I mean, they look like puppies though, so that's very fitting. Uh, Oh, you know what? I think I like having the hair drip down a bit. You're good. Yeah. Happens to the best of us. I don't know what I'm drawing here. Okay, let's get... maybe we can... Yeah, you know what? That's gonna erase this. And gonna do a line of action. Interesting that they suck at swimming. That's actually a common theme with the archaic order is they're afraid of the water. And it's loading again. Ugh. I should embrace my inner martial artist. Figure out how to get these poses. Because, like, I have... Oh, wait, no. It's too similar to this pose right here that I have in mind, so... I feel like a side profile would be good for this character, though, to nab him down. Let's see. Now we can... I don't know what I'm doing, but I got the design down to figure things out. I think I'm gonna refine this a bit more. I like the simplicity of this hair. Actually, scars are something I should go back and add to the other characters. Let's see, what about the Wolverine's face? They have... They remind me of German shepherds almost. Oh, excellent swimmers. Interesting. Maybe it could be like a gag where it's like, you can swim, right? Aha, aha, yes. Actually, just afraid. Be like a fear to overcome. I also have dyslexia, so I totally understand. Happens to me all the time. That is understandable. Wet fur would be very, very heavy. Glossy fur. Definitely good to know with highlights. Assuming I don't get lazy with the comic again and stop shading, because I only started shading recently. Mostly because the scenes are currently kind of intense that I feel like it's necessary. I really like this pose. Though I'm like trying way too hard with these characters, because I'm looking and that back arm should go up quite a bit more based on the anatomy, but oh my gosh, can this thing quit loading? I can see that it's going up like that. There we go. Yeah, some people just aren't water people. In the archaic order, why they don't like water is actually partially because the people they perceive as their enemies are like Kamaris, the ones who dwell in the water. So they're like, nope. Did I draw this character? Yes, I did draw them with a shirt, but I think what we're gonna do is we're going to give like a little skirt thing. He kind of looks like a witch, and I love it. Not touching it for their bigotry. The water will turn you gay, and it freaks them all out. found out they're immune to most poisons is due to making their own tipped arrows and being shot by one and not. You know what? Poison actually does come up in the next couple of episodes. So, you know, bring up an interesting point that perhaps they don't. Perhaps that's why Vex got captured, because her poison didn't work on this guy in particular. Ooh, especially since there's a lot of unscripted stuff that ended up happening. I could so write that in. Alright. I like the idea of them all, like, having some sort of rat's tail or something. Could be, like, their signature. Yeah, I'm definitely going to draw it right here. Yes, Howie, I love that too. Oh, wait, I forgot. There is not supposed to be a neck on this. Character does not have a neck. Character. Well, it's good to know. Plus, it's a fantasy series, so I can make them as immune to poison as I want to. There we go. Wolverine guy is done. Can't remember what you said you wanted to name it, but I name it Kits for now. And then Aardvark. There's an Aardvark in the park. This one will be interesting. And I have to design like a very long. What if we make this a pet? Like, hear me out. What if we design a non-verbal creature based on an aardvark? It'll be like the, I don't know, like little reptile bird pirate thing. The Alaja equivalent, basically. We need to cross this with some sort of lizard. Name the first lizard someone names. We will cross them. Or a snake. A snake works too. Yes, we need shoulder perch characters. Nonverbal species are frill. Yes, that is poetic because you want to know what is based on frilled lizards? Comarians. They're based on frilled lizards. In fact, let's just look at let's just look at this real quick if I can find Mizra's form. Yup, there it is. This is Mizra's little... This isn't a spoiler, it's on Artfight, but this is her little Volmorel form. Isn't it adorable? But her frill... You know, I am not surprised, Howie. Her frill, when it pops out... Ah! Why do I keep always going on the long layer? Kind of goes... like this. Oh, wait. Whoop. I love it. She has a beard. I love it. Incomplete frill. I just realized. I'm pretty sure she's supposed to have two, but I guess like her frill splits right here, but I thought she was supposed to have two of them all the way down. I wonder when I changed it to just one. Interesting. Now gonna have to rethink her design. Okay. Frilled lizard. We need to look these guys up again. There's a difference between the frill being out and the frill not the... Man, a lot of these photos do not have big... I love this image. It's beautiful. Ah! Sunbathing. Okay, now to merge these guys all together. Shouldn't be too difficult. I want to immediately go in with drawing this pose as an aardvark. Actually, you know what? We need to figure out the shape real quick. Head. No eyebrows either, but you know, we might be fanciful with fantasy tropes. Okay, aardvark ears. Do they have like snout? Well, we're gonna give it pig snout. We're gonna piggy snout. And now to work on that beautiful, beautiful frill. How is it working? You need to be connected with the throat. I should make it have the ability to fly from the frill. Oh yes. It's all coming together. This will have the bat wings. Or maybe not fly, but like glide like a flying, what is it? Flying squirrel. So we need a really big frill. Ooh, there are flying lizards, but they have like the stuff on their sides. You know what? This should be an Arctic species, which means that it'll stand out of the eyebrows. Oh wait, you know what? That means that this has to extend out of the eyebrow. Twofer. Problem is, they're so big that that's going to take up like all of the space for the rest of the body. Oh boy. Maybe I should have tried something a bit more simple with it, but you know what? It is what it is. Okay. We'll start with this. And then we'll do something more basic. Like a wasp. Oh boy. Boom, 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 boom. Aardvark lizard. Aardvark lizard. Which means we have to figure out where we're going to put that out right there. That means it has to go downwards. It can if you eat too much, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. I know it sucks though. Do it far too many times, then I can count. That's my weakness, food. Didn't used to be. Then I moved out on my own, and now I can get all the food that I couldn't get as a kid. No. Flip horizontal. There's an aardvark in the park. Yep, I'd suggest Howie's advice with laying down. After I finish this, I will end the stream, because I need my own rest. So no need to stick around if you're not feeling well. think a lot of us have undiagnosed ADHD. It runs in my family, just my parents couldn't afford testing when I was growing up. But my dad has it. If my dad has it, chances are I do as well. There's an ark in the park. Yep. Just for hex, we'll do the flying squirrel gimmick too with it. And then we'll give it its own like frill in the back here that can also extend outwards. And we have like, I don't know, this little thing that like L's out. You have the head here, pushes things out, the line. Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah, we have things here, which gives it also, yeah, it really looks like some sort of weird dragon angel thing. It's like an airplane. Why does this feel like it's some sort of like weird microorganism? Why do I feel like I've seen a microorganism like this before in pictures? It just seems like one of those things you'd find at the bottom of the sea. But you know what? That would have been a cool thing to make the pirates after, now that I think about it. Some ideas for the future. Or ideas for the Guardian of Life. Gallons of Capri Sun? That is insane. I love this face right here. It's so stupid. Piggy nose. Scream! Yeah! Oh yeah, now with these big ears, I'm like, yeah, definitely an Arctic-sea species. Oh, nope, not what I meant to hit. Although, with an expression like that, the ears should be sticking straight up. Yeah, if you're already hurting from food, I'd suggest not having a honey bun. Just a suggestion, though. Fight temptation. Yes, yes. Howie. Howie is correct. Fight it. You can resist. Resisting temptation makes us stronger. Like, I say that in a joking way, but no, I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. If you give it 10 minutes, the thought will probably go away. And it's loading again. You know, maybe this aardvark is the bat character that I was designing and then decided, screw it. I wish I could show you when my screen is loading like this, because it would be helpful. So you're not like, why is Artixie not drawing? Because I can't right now. You know, that can actually happen for me, especially at work, where I'm like, huh, I wonder why I'm hurting. Huh, I wonder why I'm dizzy. Turns out I just hadn't ate all day. I don't know how to draw this. Frilled dragons are like something else. Listening from the zoo. I think we'll call this good for now on attempting to figure out the anatomy. Just finish up the rest of the sketches to get them a bit more refined. It's just so weird. He's so cute. Yeah, that probably works. Think about the specifics later. Oh, right. Beefy. Beefy arm. Mm-hmm. Yes, refuse, resist. You can do it. It's not worth making your stomach even more upset. Working the machine from the zoo. Unnecessarily complicated designs, but it's cool because these guys are cool. And then I'll try this third pose showcasing the craziness that will be this guy's wingspan, or gliding span, I guess. Loading, loading, loading. Loading. There we go. Boop, boop. And and then we have beefy arms. Okay. That will be it for today. Thank you so much for everyone that stuck around. I will be refining these designs hopefully tomorrow after work. Hopefully I can stream as well. So, until next time, thank you all for coming to my first stream since 2020, basically, and I hope to see you around again. Bye!